So this is 2.3. This is economic surplus. So a surplus is basically is when too much of a product is available and not enough people want to buy it. So this can be seen in a graph where the customer is willing to pay 20 but would only get 1. So they would rather pay less and then get more. So they have too much, but no one really wants to pay that $20. They would rather pay for less money to get more. So the surplus is seen, so the consumer surplus is seen on top of the equilibrium, but below the demand curve. And this can be seen, so for example, if this is $20, then the consumer is willing to pay for it for $20. Whatever's on the demand curve, they're willing to pay for it, but then they will be paying, let's say it's 15. So they could be paying 20, but they're actually paying 15, so the surplus is $5 for consumers. Now, producer surplus is beneath the equilibrium, but then above the supply curve. So this would mean that the producers are willing to pay at it, let's say this is $10. They're willing to pay 10, but they would rather pay 15. So whatever is on the surplus curve is what they're willing to pay up until here. And so again, this would be, their surplus would be $5. Oops. The way you would calculate the consumer surplus is by multiplying it and then dividing it by 2. So you would multiply it just like a square would. So if this was $20 and this was $10, and then this was 1 and this was 5, for example. So you would find the difference between this to find the length of the here. So this would be $10. So 10 and then times, and then you would find the length of here, which is going to be 4, because 5 minus 1 equals 4. So this would be times 4 equals 40, but then you only have half of a square. You don't have you only have a triangle, so you would divide that by 2 because you're dividing by half, so it'd be 20. If the demand curve increases, it would be a shift to the left, and the equilibrium would be repositioned to right here on it, because you always go to where the demand shift would be to the surplus, wherever it connects again. And this would be an increase in price and quantity. So the change in consumer surplus would be smaller than it was before, because since the demand goes up, the price will also go up, and so since the price will go up, the consumers won't get as much from it due to the price going up. And because if the price was just normal, they would have the ability to have to get more consumer surplus, but since the demand goes up, the producers need more of that surplus to get more supplies.